everybody, and welcome to another edition of Proline. We're going to be focusing on the college football. In this one, I'm Dave Koken. John Creighton is here for Jeff Saad and LVSS. Jim Feist, of course, is here as well. We're going to cover Tennessee at Florida and Arizona State at Stanford. A couple of really interesting games this weekend on the college football schedule. Lots to tell you about. We'll also have free plays coming up from our men in the street. And we've got some great offers to tell you about as well. By the way, real quick, you might notice if you watch the pro football edition and the college football edition, we take these one after another. So that's why I'm wearing the same clothes and John is too. It's not like the old days when we were doing Proline and USA Cable, and they'd have us put on different outfits. Seriously, they'd have us put on different outfits for the commercials. All right, the little behind the scenes TV stuff there. I don't know. I had never figured that out. It's like, what do people think we're? What are we? I'm actually talking right now like I did back then doing the TV show, because there was no logic to this as to why I had to change outfits for the commercials. Like, come on, will you? All right, it's not Hollywood. Okay. Anyway, we don't do any of that here. We just talk football. And let's start talking football with Jim Feist first. Jim, absolutely amazing. NFL totals in Jim Feist, about as good as it gets year after year. But it's not just NFL totals right now. I mean, you're just absolutely crushing everything. Monster weekend last weekend. What do you got coming up, Jim?
It's been awesome, Dave. You know, it's always a Tuesday, which is pay and collect day. It's always better to collect. It's not one of those things where you feel better when you give rather than get. It's the opposite in this game. 16-2, 9-1 with my NFL totals, 2-1 with my college football games of the month. Top plays cashed: Pittsburgh, Rice, UCLA, Georgia Tech. I've got my game of the month on Saturday in college, as well as my first, it's in the ACC conference game of the year, and my NFL total of the month on Sunday. Each play is $100 online. You can get all three for $29 with a 3-0 guarantee. 3-0, you must go 3-0, or the rest of September is free on me. That's right. 3 big games, $300 value, just $29 with a 3-0 guarantee. You must go 3-0, or the rest of September is free on me. Just call the number 1-866-841-1655. That's 1-866-841-1655. And don't forget, if you want free plays text to you each and every day to your cell phone, just text WINNER, the word WINNER, WINNER, to 313131. But if you want this big package, 3 big games, 3 big winners, 3-0 guarantee, 1-866-841-1655. It's only $29.
Yeah, those are pretty good numbers, and I think it might be a good idea to take advantage of that offer. Might be a good time to take advantage of mine too. I'm out of the gate really hot in college football. 3 straight winning weeks. I did lose the first week of the NFL, but got all that back last week and had a really good Sunday in the NFL. And it comes down to this. Without getting into a bunch of numbers, I'm just going to tell you this. Everybody who's on with me right now, no matter whether they're weekly, monthly, seasonal, it doesn't matter what they are in terms of how much time they've been with us, or everybody is winning right now, and winning pretty big. So if you want to be a part of that, I think I've got an offer that's going to get you happy and get you some money too. It's a 5-play college football countdown going on Saturday. It's going to include a big play, college game of the month that's in there. All 5 for $25. And by signing up early, you're going to you start winning right away. You don't have to wait till Saturday. I got a bonus TV winner going tonight. That's included. It's just $25 at 1-866-896-1629. That's 1-866-896-1629. All right, and Jeff Saad, of course, he's been rolling as well, John, and he's got some big stuff coming up this weekend.
Yeah, Jeff nailed his shocker game of the month on Saturday. That was Central Florida. They shocked Penn State 34-31, straight-up winner. Jeff has 2 plays this weekend, a dog of the month on Saturday and his NFL AFC game of the month going on Sunday. You get both plays for $10 with a 2-0 guarantee. You will go 2-0, get the rest of September from LVSS free, 1-866-575-8916.
All right, before we get to the first game where we head down to the SEC and look at Tennessee and Florida, let's check in with Jeff Sod, who's one of our men on the street this week. And Jeff Sod from LVSS with a free pick. Go ahead, Jeff.
Thanks, guys. Got a free pick coming up in the NFL, but first, it's week 3 of NFL campaign. I've got a blockbuster special, a pair of huge releases, my college dog of the month Saturday, and my AFC game of the month on Sunday with a 2-0 guarantee. You will go 2-0, or the rest of September football is free. 2 games at $10. If you sign up early, you'll get a high roller release scoring tonight. Call LVSS at 1-866-575-8916. Your free play comes to the NFL on Sunday as the Colts and 49ers battle in San Francisco. This is the first road game for the young Colts in a terrible situational spot all the way to the West Coast. The Colts were a playoff team last year, but the first road game, a 41-21 loss at Chicago, was a 10-plus dog. The 49ers have so much balance and talent and have a huge edge defensively on the Colts. The 49ers are on a 25-12-1 against the spread run, 15-6-1 ATS at home. Your free play for Sunday, the 49ers. Once again, get a pair of huge releases, my college dog of the month Saturday and my AFC game of the month on Sunday with a 2-0 guarantee. You'll go 2-0, or the rest of September football is free. 2 games at $10. If you sign up early, you'll get a high roller release scoring tonight. Call LVSS at 1-866-575-8916.
Okay, thanks a lot, man, and have a good weekend. Let's look at the Volunteers and the Gators. An interesting week 4 matchup. Tennessee probably happy to be back in the SEC after just getting annihilated at Oregon last week. They scored the first 7 points of that game and then just got lit up. Total disaster, 59-14. And now they're going to take on Florida, which is a completely different animal. I mean, they're not going to see the fast break like they saw last week, but they are facing an extremely physical team that plays very good defense. And, boy, I mean, to make matters worse, John, Florida's had 2 weeks to prep for this game. I mean, this is not... Whoever made out the schedule for Tennessee, yikes.
Yeah, and this Tennessee team, I don't think they're that bad. First of all, I like Butch Jones, a good hire. He had tremendous success at Central Michigan and Cincinnati. He's a disciplinarian, a very good organizer. And, this is a team that was not lacking for talent. Very good linebacking core, terrific offensive line. And even the passing game last year was 15th in the nation. Now, granted, they lost their top quarterback, but it shows you they weren't devoid of talent. And the new kid, Justin Worley, has been pretty good. 5 touchdowns, 1 pick. There has been talk this week that Jones may make some changes. He certainly wants to see some quarterback competition. And then you've got this team as a big dog last year. They were a 14-point dog at Georgia, 51-44 defeat. And against South Carolina, a 14-point dog. It was a close game, 38-35. And when I look at the Florida offense last year and this year, I wonder what have they done to deserve to be such a huge favorite? The offense was terrible last year, 118th in the nation in passing. And even this year, a small sample, just 20 points per game. They're 71st in the nation in passing. I don't really trust the junior quarterback, Jeff Driscoll. So I think Tennessee, despite getting shellacked last week, they've got enough offense to keep it relatively close against a Gator offense that really doesn't that impress me.
Yeah, Jim, here's where I am on this game. I don't think Tennessee is very good at all. Not by SEC standards, they're really bad, and I think they're a bad team, period. You look at these 2 wins to start the season. Austin Peay, it's an FCS team, who cares, okay? The game with Western Kentucky was completely fraudulent score. As misleading a score as we'll see all season. This was a game where Western Kentucky was actually outgaining Tennessee by a pretty wide margin at one time. The problem is that Western Kentucky, their quarterback, had one of the worst stretches you will ever see. They had a 6-play stretch where they turned the ball over 5 times. That's unbelievable. I've been watching football for a lot of years, and I've never seen a team have 5 turnovers on 6 plays. And that's how that game got out of hand. They actually were only down 2 touchdowns at the half. And that's with all 6 turnovers that I've just talked about, or 5 turnovers, having taken place at that point already. So, this team Tennessee should have won that game by about 50 and didn't. I think it's a little bit troubling. And I don't know that the Volunteers are in a very good spot here. I completely agree about the Florida offense. It's not very good, but the defense is solid, and they've had 2 weeks to prep for this game. Maybe they can put a few wrinkles in and take advantage of what is just really a bad defense on Tennessee. I think Florida's going to move the ball here. It's a reluctant call. It probably won't make my card on Saturday, but I've got to lean with the Gators minus the points for right now. All right, before we get to the second game, the Stanford-Arizona matchup, actually at Stanford, let's go and check in with our East Coast man on the street. That's HK Malay with a free college football selection. Take it away, HK.
Hey, thanks, guys. Another big weekend of college football at sportsbettinginvestments.com, where we released 2 colossal college winners free on a recorded message. In the early game, Notre Dame hosts Michigan State. Gomer's laying 7, but the Spartans roll in the South Bend undefeated and having covered 7 of their last trips into South Bend. And speaking of undefeated, 2 undefeated SEC rivals, LSU and Auburn, get it on in Baton Rouge with LSU laying 18 points. That's a lot to lay in the conference game. Call us now for both college winners free on a recorded message. 800-999-8023.
Wagering with sportsbettinginvestments.com is not a one-night stand. It's a long-term commitment. Call now for today's free winner on recorded message. 800-999-8023.
All right, we continue with a great matchup in the Pac-12. This is a big game on Saturday. Stanford is definitely one of the teams in the running to win the whole thing, to be playing in the Rose Bowl. For the FCS or FBS championship at the end of the year. The last year before we have a playoff, by the way. Arizona State's pretty good. Let me get your take on this game. It's obviously Stanford deserves to be the favorite in this game. Good football team, no doubt about it. But there's no secret about Stanford either. Does that mean the line's a little bit inflated when it comes to their games?
Yeah, that's a good point. I love this Stanford team on both sides of the ball. One of the best defenses in the nation. When you look at situational handicapping, though, very difficult spot for Stanford. They had that 3,000-mile road trip to Army last week. Actually struggled against the Cadets for a spell. Didn't cover in a 34-20 win. Now they got to fly back home for this key conference game. This is a very good Arizona State team. A little bit under the radar at time. I like the job that Coach Todd Graham has done. He's really ignited the offense. He's got a terrific junior quarterback in Taylor Kelly. And they do have problems up front. They were very bad against the run last year. We've seen that already, despite the fact that they got a lot of talent on that line. It's more of a pass rushing talent with Will Sutton and Carl Bradford. But still, they've got talent on both sides of the ball. Put up 468 yards last week against Wisconsin in that very fortunate win. So I think they have more than enough offense to keep this close, but it'll be a small play because a couple of trends that stand out. When the Sun Devils are on the road against a team with a winning home record, 16-33-3 against the spread. And when you look at this series, it's been a home-dominated series. The home team's 8-2-1 against the spread. So a small lean toward Arizona State there.
I think I'm going to have to lean the opposite way in the game. I don't put anything into last week's matchup for Stanford. I think that they came out flat. They knew they were going to win the game before it started. The East Coast trip, early start time. I think it was just a bad situation for Stanford. And they accomplished what they don't care whether they cover the spread or not. They accomplished what they wanted to do in that game, which was just get in, get out with the win, and go back home and prep for this game. I don't think we've seen any of what we're going to see out of Stanford offensively so far. They didn't need to show it against San Jose State, and they didn't need to show it against Army. Now the playbook gets opened up, and we'll see it against this team. I'm not sure about Arizona State's defense. Listen, they were really lucky to beat Wisconsin last week, between the official completely screwing up the end of the game and probably Wisconsin as well. I know the officials are taking all the blame, but I don't know why Wisconsin even ran that play at the end of the game. Kick the field goal with 10 seconds left, okay? What the hell's the difference? If it's good, you win, all right? The game's over at that point. What they did was stupid, and then it was compounded by just completely incompetent officiating. But throw that out and look at the entire game. Arizona State should have lost the football game to Wisconsin, which is a good team, but still wasn't a great situation for Wisconsin. I think Arizona State's a program on the rise. I really like Todd Graham. I know he's a bit of a cookie jar, but the guy can flat out coach, especially on offense. But I don't think his personnel matches up with Stanford. I think Stanford is one of the top 5 teams in the country. I don't think there's anything fraudulent about them at all. And I think you're going to see this team rise up and play one of their really big games here. Not cheap. You have to pay a price to take Stanford in this game, but that's the only way I can go, is Stanford minus the points. Best bets. And I'll start with mine, which is the game we just talked about. I'll take Stanford. I think they're going to get the job done against Arizona State. I don't think it's a walk in the park, but I do think they'll be in the winner's circle straight up and against the spread at the end of the game. If you want to get in the winner's circle, That's where I've been spending my time the last few weeks. It's been real good. Again, everybody at my service is winning right now. So, and including the salesmen. They're winning too, because they bet the games. That's when you know you got it going good. When the guys who work for you say, boy, I got to get that game myself. That's when you know it's good. So I want you guys to get in on this 5-play college football countdown going Saturday, including another college game of the month. All 5 for $25. Sign up early and get a bonus TV winner tonight. Only $25. 1-866-896-1629. John, let's get your best bet. And once again, a reminder as to what Jeff Saad from LVSS has going this weekend.
Best bet is the underdog Tennessee Volunteers. LVSS off that shocker of the month on Saturday. That was with Central Florida. Jeff has 2 plays you can get at LVSS. One is an AFC game of the month. The other is a college underdog game of the month going Saturday. You can get both plays with a 2-0 guarantee for $10. If you sign up early, you get a bonus play, a TV game going tonight. 3 plays in all. 1-866-575-8916.
Jim, again, you've been just on a monster roll, and last weekend was just awesome. The NFL totals, boy, I'm glad I play your totals, because I padded my pockets with that 9-1, and just a 16-2 weekend overall. Can't get much better than that, but I know you're going to go out and do the same thing this weekend. What do you got?
My best bet here on the show is the Cincinnati Bengals. They opened the favorite. Now they're the dog. I personally took 3 already on the game. I just don't think the Packers deserve to be favored there. So I'm going to take value in the line with what I think is a better roster, not a better quarterback, but a better overall roster. I'm going to take the Cincinnati Bengals as a home underdog to the Green Bay Packers, even though I know I'm going up against Aaron Rodgers, who is an absolutely incredible quarterback. But the overall roster favors the Cincinnati Bengals and 3 points at home. That's where I'm going. And as far as your best bet, you definitely want to call for my special. $29, you get 3 big plays. These would cost you $100 a piece. That's a $300 value for $29. You get a 3-0 guarantee. If we don't go 3-0 on those games, you get the rest of September absolutely free. Call 1-866-841-1655.
Okay, thanks, Jim. And we hope that everybody will be on board for all the winners this weekend. A reminder, you can get free plays on your cell phone every day via text message. You can get Jim's free play by texting WINNER to 313131. And you can get my free play by texting COKIN, C-O-K-I-N, to 313131. It's as easy as that. You get back a free play each day via text message. Don't forget to watch the NFL version of Proline that's available as well. And for John Creighton and Jim Feist, plus our men on the street, H.K. Millay and Jeff Saad, I'm Dave Koken. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a great weekend.